Vietnam is a communist country, and many people here in the States don't realize that. Even though it's such a beautiful nation and the people are wonderful, there are pastors in prison, and it's illegal to preach the gospel there. Most of the church is conducted underground, and most Christians meet in house churches. Since my first trip to Vietnam in 1990, I've traveled there over and over. God has allowed our ministry to build relationships with many of the key leaders of the nation and has given us the opportunity to encourage them as they reach their nation for Jesus. When the tsunami hit Indonesia and killed over 160,000 people on Sumatra Island, we rushed to provide aid and relief and have established a powerful relationship with a great church in the city of Medan. Bethel Church has over 30,000 members, and we've become friends with the pastors, and God is allowing us to encourage them. Indonesia has the world's fourth largest population and is considered to be the largest Muslim nation in the world, but the church there is growing fast, and there's a great move of God in that nation. There's an undercurrent of persecution, but the church is strong and growing. On a recent trip to Vietnam, we went first to Indonesia, and we ministered at a Saturday morning prayer service at Bethel Church, and then ministered 3 more times to thousands that Sunday. What an awesome privilege it is for us to partner with this amazing church in reaching their nation. Then it was on to Vietnam, where we worked with our dear friends, Pastors Tran and Liu Mai and their team. They visited us here in the U.S. and have stayed in our home, and we know them very well. They pastor the largest underground church in Vietnam. Over 70,000 adults attend their house churches under their leadership, and many of the key leaders of the nation consider him to be one of the fathers of the church in Vietnam. He has a Bible school with over 150 students who live, eat, and sleep and attend school in this house that's no bigger than the average house in America. These students stay in the house for 3 months at a time without going outside, because if the government knew what they were doing and how many were in the school, they would shut the school down and most likely arrest the leaders. It's hard to believe, but it's illegal to have this Bible school and train the leaders. You can see the main room is packed with people, and they've even torn out the floor and made a balcony where 50 to 60 students look down through the floor above so they can see the teachers. It's an awesome thing to minister to these students and train them and educate them so they can go back to their cities and villages and reach their own nation. Here you can see how they prepare the food for everyone to eat. Fresh fish and fresh vegetables. Tran Mai, along with his students, has re-engineered this whole building where he's divided the floors horizontally and made living quarters in the upper parts of the rooms. Now there are 4-foot rooms where you have to crawl in to get to the sleeping quarters. Pastor Mai has also made a secret place where you have to climb down a ladder into an area between the floors, and that is his office, and also a place where he can sleep and stay secluded if he needs to. It's amazing to go in this area where he keeps his books and the things he needs to help him run the church. If he was caught with this, he could be in a lot of trouble. You can see how he's made a scooter to move around on in a sleeping area. It's amazing to see what he has to do to carry on the business of the church in Vietnam. Finally, we had the privilege of ministering to key pastors from around the nation. Let me explain who they are. Some are from the mountains and minister to tribal people like the Sating, the Coho, the Kimarus, and the Hmong. Some of them were the heads of the Baptist, Methodist, Nazarene, and Charismatic movements in Vietnam. Some are from large cities, but all are leaders of house church movements. Some of them have hundreds of house churches under their leadership. Tran Mai and 19 other pastors attend this meeting where Steve Smith, Rick Shelton, and I spoke to them and encouraged them. Wow, what a privilege to be friends with these awesome men and women of God who are sacrificing everything to reach their nation. All of them have been persecuted, arrested, and many have served time in prison simply for preaching the gospel. Then, for one of our main purposes on going to Vietnam, to take the church to a new level by providing them with equipment and tools to help them be more effective in reaching their nation. Each leader was given a laptop computer with 226 Vietnamese language books, the eSword Study Bible and Concordance program with study tools for pastors, a sound recording studio that they can use to edit their messages and convert them into MP3 files and then send out to leaders all over the nation. And each computer also has the 2-year video Bible school, International School of Ministries, that they can use to educate thousands of students and leaders and help them lead the church in Vietnam. When we gave them these laptops, they were overwhelmed with joy and gratitude. We also gave many of them video iPods loaded with video Bible school and the necessary cables to connect them to television and computers. We also gave each leader and every student a USB drive that they can use to store information on, and they're easy to conceal. Pastor Mai and the other leaders told us that we have no idea what these tools will accomplish and that they really will take the church to another level. In America, these tools seem common, but in Vietnam, it would take over a year of a pastor's salary just to buy a laptop like this, if he could find one. A simple USB drive costs 2 or 3 months' salary there. What seems common to us becomes a powerful tool for education and information in Vietnam. With these tools, we have multiplied the effectiveness of these leaders. One of the most awesome moments came at lunch as we ate with the pastors. We were fellowshipping and talking after the morning meeting where we had taught and laid hands on all the leaders and prayed for them. One of the pastors began to check his eye, and we had no way of knowing that in 2006 he had been arrested and beaten and had lost the vision in his left eye. He began to look around and covered his good eye. When I noticed this, I began to hold up fingers and he counted them. Everyone was excited as he began to get excited and tell that he could see and what had happened. Our dream is to continue encouraging these leaders and providing these tools to them so they can reach Vietnam with the love of God. I want to say thank you to all of those who have already partnered with us and made it possible for thousands of people to be trained with these tools. Without your partnership, we could have never done what we've done. I also want to ask others to become partners with us and help us impact Vietnam and other nations. We have touched the church in Vietnam, and just like the Apostle Paul asked the Corinthian church to help the Judean Christians in their time of need, we are partnering with the leaders of Vietnam and helping them in their nation, and want to invite you to help the Vietnamese church in their time of need. Will you help us now? Please call our office today or visit our website and become a partner with us. Truly, we are taking the church in Vietnam to another level.